youth and experience have booked a spot for Jamaica's 4x100 meters relay team for World Championships come this September. Youth in the form of Atia and Tina Clayton, and experience in the form of legendary Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Shericka Jackson. Unfortunately for our men, we will have to wait until tomorrow for them to run again at a shot at qualifying for a spot at World Championships, as unfortunately, and this is the nightmare of any relay team, the baton fell. Hello everyone, welcome to another upload. Hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all up and early. I hope you have been watching World Relays in China this weekend. All excitement on the track. For my Jamaicans, it is broadcasting on TVJ Sports Network, so you can watch tomorrow if you did not watch today. And of course, I'm sure the replays are going to be on YouTube, etc. So everybody was excited about relays. We saw the teams that Jamaica sent out there, and for the sprint relay, the team overall, we were all saying, yeah man, Jamaica means business. In fact, the teams that we said were anticipating first place over the 100 meters, but they always say when God a plan, man a wipe out. So the women's 4x100 came about, and the lineup, pretty good lineup in my opinion, consisted of the Clayton twins, Tia, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Shericka Jackson. I'm just going to go off a little bit, but can you just imagine how exciting it must be for Tia and Tina to be running with a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, somebody they would have watched, I would think, growing up as a youth, and here they are now being teammates. That must be an exciting feeling, right? So Tina Clayton was on the starting leg. So it's Tina to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce on the backstretch, to Tia Clayton, and then to Shericka Jackson on the anchor leg. And you would think that that lineup would have won the race, right? Well, unfortunately, we didn't win. And as I've been saying, it's early season. So what's most important here wasn't winning, but qualifying. So we came second to Spain. Congratulations to Spain, by the way, because they won their relay in a national record. So kudos to them. I'm truly happy for them. So fairly decent start by Tina Clayton, and then she handed off the baton to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, might I add, looked impressive on that backstretch in my opinion. I mean, I've done previous videos and I said individually I think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce could have a couple 10-7, 10-6 left in those legs, and I think that is so. I think we're going to be seeing some great things from her this season, because I think she has overcome those injuries that plagued her last season, and I think she really wants to go out with a bang. I've also heard that she is going to be running in the Diamond League, the next Diamond League, in a couple of days, or this month. I'm not remembering the exact date, but yeah, we're going to be seeing her running. And the fact that she has started her season and she is making herself available for those races, then we can see that she have a plan in mind, and I just can't wait to see what she's going to do on the track. But just looking on her on that backstretch, I'm saying that she looks good. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is looking good. So then it was Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce over to Tia Clayton, and Tia ran a decent leg as well, in my opinion. I think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce would have probably given the baton over in like first place or close to first position, but Spain was really going on with themselves. Not gonna lie about that. So it was then to Tia Clayton and then to Shericka Jackson. Now Shericka got the baton in second place. I was anticipating that we're going to see some of that top end speed to take over Spain. So she didn't change gear. Shericka didn't change gear on that anchor leg, so she just remained the second position. I'm not sure if in Shericka's head, it was just about qualifying and not necessarily winning. I don't know what the strategy was going out there, but we qualified. We will be going to the World Championships come September, and of course you go out there and run the finals again tomorrow. But the important thing is that the relay team has booked their spot for Tokyo, Japan, September, right? So here comes the male segment of the qualifiers, and we're excited. Again, it's a good mix, a mix of mostly youth and experience in the form of Yohan Blake, the man with the second fastest time over 100 meters. And the anticipation is just what is going to happen between South Africa and Jamaica, because those are the two favorites. And of course, on the anchor leg, we have Kishane Thompson. We're anticipating that, yeah, Kishane is going to go up against Simbini again, because Simbini recently beat him in a Diamond League race, right? So everybody was excited to see that. Ron Watson started the race. Good start, in my opinion. So Ron did well on the start leg, handed over to Julien Forte on the back stretch. And I think Julien did well. When I looked on the comparison, we were right there neck and neck with South Africa. However, that exchange from Julien Forte to Yohan Blake, unfortunately, the change just didn't happen. So the baton fell, and that was it. We didn't get to see Kishane Thompson going up against Simbini. So the good thing is that tomorrow there is like a B qualifier. So we'll be able to run again to still, book a spot for World Championships. But we won't be able to run in the finals. And I think though the reason we're there is really to qualify for Worlds, right? So running in the finals, yeah, that would have been great. But what's most important is that we have an opportunity, or men have an opportunity, to run tomorrow. And I believe that once we're able to get the baton around, then we have a team that should be able to qualify, right? So that's the update for you. Or women have advanced, or women have qualified. So they have advanced to the finals, but importantly have booked their spot for the World Championships in Tokyo. And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, in my opinion, Mommy Rocket, in her late 30s, is looking good. Looking like she is in her early 30s, in all honesty. So can't wait to see what she is going to lay down on the track this season. And of course, again, disappointingly, the baton fell for our men. But thankfully, they have an opportunity to book a spot tomorrow. So, are you watching the release? Did you see the race? What are your thoughts on both the women and the men 4x100? Particularly what you thought about Shericka Jackson's anchor leg, and what you think really what you thought really went wrong between that exchange with Julien Forte and Yohan Blake. Drop your comments. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And until my next upload, take care.